Hi, everybody. Tom Van Hoy with Pitt State volleyball coach Ibrahim Subaru. This week's edition of the Volleyball Insider Show brought to you by McCarthy's Pub and Grub. Pitt State now 14-11 overall, 4-6 in MIAA play. Went 2-1 last week. Lost on Thursday in conference play at Missouri Western 3-1. Came back and won 2 matches at home over the weekend. Friday down St. Mary 3-1 non-conference and knocked off Lindenwood on Saturday 3-0 in MIAA play. Overall, how did the Gorillas play last week? Here's Pitt State volleyball coach Ibrahim Subaru.
Well, we're progressing.
When you look at Missouri Western and you take a look at how that played out, you did win 25-22 in the first match there, and then competitive the rest of the way. But how did you think you played against Missouri Western?
Well, Western playing at home is always tough. One of those matches where it could have gone either ways. We made some good plays at the right time in the set that we won, which was the first set. The challenge was continuing to keep the same intensity and the same ball control. With volleyball being rally scoring, every mistake that you make gives your opponent a point, and we made the wrong errors at the wrong time. And when the match is that close, the advantage goes to the home team. So a few of the plays that pretty much didn't go our way was because we didn't do some things well when we needed to, but also because the opponent did some things right when they needed to. So credit to Missouri Western all the way.
Well, when you do look at it, I mean, we mentioned 25-22, and then that second match there, 25-22. It's amazing how that kind of changes the dynamic if you'd happen to win that one.
If you point there, we were up to our head. If we were able to finish that second set on a winning note, that could have changed the momentum right there on our side. But going into the third set, once they won their second set, give them a win. From then it's an uphill battle. But our team played well. We've been improving over the past matches, and so we can see the changes and improvement going along every day.
Yeah, who played well for you in that?
Maddie Mosier, my freshman from Lee Summit. She's coming together. We always knew what she potentially can do once she settles into the college game. She's maturing. She's much more aware of what's going on around her. Able to follow game plan better than before. Not just playing, now being able to tactically do things on the court. And that's reflection is a testament to our work ethic.
Is it, I guess when you take a look, you mentioned as a freshman she's gotten better and better, getting acclimated to the college game. Do you see a big jump in the freshman year, but from the freshman year to the sophomore year in volleyball?
For majority, yes. For majority, absolutely. Because when they come in, the things that they did in high school, that always creeps into their reflection of how they should play. Meanwhile, the things that the collegiate experienced players are doing are totally different from what they did in high school. So it takes them some time. Usually some kids, a year or two. Some make that change within 2, 3, 4 weeks of their freshman year. And we're certainly seeing that in the second half of the year for her.
Is the game a lot more sophisticated at the collegiate level than what they've been exposed to? And I know a lot of these young ladies, and you do a lot of it with volleyball outside of the high school level as well. But is it a big jump from the high school to the collegiate level?
It is because, again, it requires things that they don't do in high school. In high school, for instance, they don't do scouting report. They don't have a tactical game report, in terms of dissecting what the opponent's tendencies are to the level that we do. They don't exchange film like we do. So opponents are fully aware what the tendencies of every team is, players, blocking tendencies, defensive tendencies at the net and the backcourt, offensive tendencies, player tendencies. Those are things that they don't have time to take a look at in high school as much as we do in college. Just like football and basketball, everybody has offensive schemes, defensive schemes, and every player has something that is a favorite of how they do things. So because of that, they're not fully aware that those go on. And we always tell them, once the first video is out from your matches, every coach already have it. They know what exactly you've done well, what you don't do well. And from then on, it's a race towards you improving those things or staying that way, and then they keep taking advantage of it. We've had players that are wondering, why are they serving me? I mean, are they picking on me? And we tell them, yes, they're picking on you because they saw some things on film that tells them they should go after you. So it's really an eye-opener for them.
Tom Van Hoy today with Ibrahim Subaru, the volleyball coach at Pitt State. How'd you play against St. Mary's? Won that one 3-1.
Well, we have a lot of our team members that have been improving in practices, a lot of freshmen that have not gotten time on the court just due to the nature of how things is played out. So we played everybody. It gave them a great chance to exhibit what they've been working on in practice, closer in terms of points and set. But, again, it gives our players a lot of opportunity to get on the court, and it was certainly great to see the work that they've been putting in come out at the end of the day for them for the team to get a win.
And then Lindenwood, you won 3-0, and I know you and I, over the course of the shows we've done, have talked about statistics and maybe which ones are important or which ones you look at, but in retrospect, in this game, you hit 307, greater than 300 first time this year. Lindenwood hit .009, so not being a volleyball expert on my end, I'd say those pretty good numbers, aren't they?
It was exceptional. One of the things that we've been focusing on is the high execution that it would take on our side to put a complete game together. And if we're doing things the right way, good things happen. Lindenwood turns around a week ago, beats Nebraska-Kearney, was on the road and beat UCO, and at our own home, finally were able to put things together and really everybody. Maddie Mosier, I can't say enough about the progress the young lady's made. She made a huge jump. If you can see the points scored, she led us in point scoring. They couldn't stop her. She was on in every way, in the defense, on the offense, and it was just a complete effort by everybody on the team. Energy was high. Communication was at its best. And, of course, skill execution was off the chart.
Well, prior to the Mo Western match, you had won 6 in a row. Now you've won 8 of 9. You feel like you've got some momentum for your ball club as you go down the stretch these final 6 games?
The strides are there. We're appreciative of the effort. Usually when you start 0-4 at the beginning of the year, it takes a lot out of every team. It is not just unique to one team. It's every team when you don't start the way you think you should start. Due to different factors, it's an uphill climb from there. But this team has bought in. They're more settled right now, more mature. They're following game plan better. Tendencies that we noticed at the beginning of the year are disappearing, being replaced with efficiency in how they're doing things. They're going about their business, believing and working that the result of their work will pay off, and that's a good thing to see. So we're hitting a good stride right now. And we anticipate that if we continue this climb, that should put us in a good situation to finish and make the conference tournament.
At the beginning of the year, do you? I mean, you have an idea how you think your team might play, and as you mentioned, kind of got off to a rough start there. Are you where you thought you would be at this point in the season?
Where we started, no. Where we are at this point, yes. In fact, because we know what we had recruited. We also know exactly the philosophy and the templates that we utilized in the past, especially in the second half of the year when we have now a team in place that we can change up a little bit from when teams have seen you in the first half of the year, everybody now knows what's going on in the second half. So we have a template for both the first half and the second half of the year. The amazing thing is the template for the first half did not work as well because we didn't do some things well. But the template for the second half is working. So we have this team figured out. They are more educated, more aware of what they have to do, and they're buying in more. So this second half of the year is definitely where we anticipated it will be. And the things that we're learning and teaching are definitely what we had already planned on.
You mentioned a couple of your young ladies that played well in the last 3 matches we talked about. Overall, have you got some young ladies that have played pretty well for the most part?
Absolutely. Maggie Heiberger. This is somebody that came in from Blue Valley West, never playing backcourt, never serving. This second half of the year, the work that she's putting from the first half, changed her serving techniques, became a pressure server for us. Now working our way into the front court. Ashlyn Schwartz, defensive specialist from Eureka, small town, used to doing very well playing defense, but the speed of the ball coming at her from high school is light compared to what's coming at her in college. Now she's adjusted, can absorb the pressure and the speed of the ball and the power of the ball coming to her better as a defensive specialist, primary passer. So you can go on and on about a lot of our young ladies that have now transitioned well and are doing a great job this second half of the year.
Is there an art to serving?
Well, there's different serving style. You can jump serve on a float, or you can jump serve on a top spin. You can serve while you're on the ground in terms of float or top spin. So she's pretty much a jump server, and usually there are far and few between a jump power spin server in the league. We're one of the teams now that have developed one on the team, which is a change up from the regular, typical serves that everybody sees. So she is able to go back there and flat out jump and put so much power spin and pressure on the ball, which creates a different trajectory than most serves. So that's giving us the opportunity to put pressure on the opponent with our serves, and in return we're getting some free balls back, which is helping us improve our offensive output as well.
All right, this weekend you got a couple at home, Nebraska-Kearney on Friday at 7, and then Saturday at 6:30. So an opportunity, maybe watch a little football, come on over and watch some volleyball after that.
Yeah, we're excited. It's good to finally be playing at home with our football team. We've all been on different schedules, so they're on the road, we're at home. We're at home, they're on the road now. We're both together on this Hall of Fame weekend. Really very happy for everybody that will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Of course, ours will be missing this year, and hopefully she'll be in there next year in Dinawathan. So it's going to be a great weekend.
That's Pitt State volleyball coach Ibrahim Subaru on this week's edition of the Pitt State Volleyball Insider Show, brought to you by McCarthy's Pub and Grub. The Gorillas finished with 4 of 6 matches at home. Friday night, Nebraska-Kearney. Saturday night, Fort Hays comes in. Then road matches at Washburn and in Emporia before hosting Central Oklahoma and Missouri Southern to finish regular season play. I'm Tom Van Hoy.